The Constellation Andromeda from Roberts Space Industries is the largest, most expensive, and best equipped member of the starter ship lineup that can be purchased in Star Citizen. While the price tag of this starter pack may make it unappealing to many players, for those who do own the Constellation Andromeda, you will be well acquainted with its formidable firepower and impressive cargo capacity, not to mention its heavy shielding. While the interior of the ship may leave quite a bit to be desired, it's no stretch to say that the Andromeda is one of the most fearsome gunships in Star Citizen today. So, let's talk about my personal recommendations for the best component upgrades for your Constellation Andromeda. If this is your first time here, consider subscribing to support me and my channel. If you're a new player just thinking of getting the game, use my referral code in the video description below for an extra 5,000 starting credits. Also, feel free to check out my Discord server, where we've got a great community of Star Citizens who are very friendly to newer players. Now then, we've got a lot to cover, so let's jump right into this. We'll be covering components in order of most important to least important, along with where to find them and how much they will cost. Unlike my component guides for the lower cost starter ships, the Andromeda has many larger size components, which can get to be quite expensive. Because of this, to keep the total cost of components as affordable as possible, we'll be trying to snag components that are both cheap and effective, though I will be offering some suggestions for more robust components along the way. Keep in mind that after replacing a component, you may be told the ship has an error or not enough power. This can be fixed by manually cycling power to the new components from your onboard MFDs, or by powering off the ship and powering it back on again. The Constellation Andromeda actually comes standard with a lot of excellent components, but I'd like to specifically mention the weapons to start with. The main guns that the ship comes with are 4 gimbaled size 4 Rhino repeaters for the pilot, and twin size 2 Badger repeaters for each of the 2 manned turrets. This gun loadout is pretty much perfect. I wouldn't change anything about this. Those repeaters will shred anything you come across, so there's no real need to change anything. Additionally, the plethora of missiles that the Andromeda comes with as standard, while not the best, are pretty great as well, so there's no real need to worry about upgrading anything there either. If you do want to upgrade, however, keep in mind that the racks themselves are bespoke, so you can't change them. They can hold 24 size 2 missiles and 28 size 1 missiles in total, so swapping them all out can be a real pain. If you really want to maximize these, however, I'd swap the Marksman 1 for Arrow 1 missiles for their much higher damage and faster arming time. The default Strike Force 2 missiles are excellent, so I wouldn't change those. With that taken care of, let's look at which components actually need upgrading. First off, the Quantum Drive. The default Bolon drive that the ship comes with is painfully slow, so it behooves you to snag a faster one, unless you like taking half an hour to get anywhere. Now, there's a few different options you can go for here, whether you want fuel efficiency or raw speed. For the most efficient drive, head to Crew L1 or Crew L5 to grab the Hemera drive for 38,250 Alpha UEC. For raw speed, you can't beat the XL1 drive, which can be found at Orizon and Port Tressler for the extremely expensive price of 94,900 Alpha UEC. I'm personally a fan of a drive that is a nice balance between the two, the Crossfield, which can be found at a variety of locations, but most cheaply at the Dumpers Depot in Port Olisar for 59,950 Alpha UEC. It's a nice middle ground with pricing to match. Finally, I would recommend upgrading your shield generator to make the ship that much tankier. Because this is a size 3 shield, it's going to be pretty expensive. Thankfully though, there's only one, as this is easily the most expensive thing on this list. My personal recommendation is the FR-86 shield generator, found at Area 18 and on Orizon, for 136,400 Alpha UEC. It provides excellent shielding and recharge rate, and is not easily broken by damage or distortion weapons. This makes it one of the best overall size 3 shields in the game. Now, let's quickly address the other components aboard the ship. The base coolers are just fine, but if you really want to upgrade, the snowpack coolers can be found at Area 18 and New Babbage for 82,900 Alpha UEC each. That's really expensive though, and totally unnecessary. Similarly, the power plants that come with the ship provide plenty of power, and there's no need to touch those. But if you really feel the need, I'd recommend the JS400 plant that can be found at Area 18 and Orizon for 53,150 Alpha UEC each. Overall, though, the benefits you'll get from upgrading the coolers and the power plants on this ship just isn't really worth the cost, unless you're trying to squeeze every bit of performance out of your ship as possible. Oh, one last thing. The Andromeda also comes with the tiny Merlin Snub fighter, which comes pretty decently equipped apart from the shields. Just grab a Palisade shield at New Babbage, her L3, Crew L4, or Bajini Point for 23,200 Alpha UEC, if you'd like to make it just a little bit tankier. Overall, this little shopping trip will run you around 252,700 Alpha UEC in total, grabbing just the bare minimum of components. It's pretty pricey, but the benefits to performance will be well worth it. Just remember that you don't need to get all of these components all at once. Just grab what you can afford when you can. Please remember that while these are my personal recommendations of what to put on your Andromeda, this is by no means the perfect way to equip this ship. You're free to experiment with what you like to use on your ships, and build them however you like to suit your personal playstyle. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to leave a like so I know to make more videos like this in the future. If you have any recommendations for ships I should take a look at next, please let me know in the comments down below. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the verse.